and how are you, buddy? Just getting logged in here. Signing into the old iCloud. That's where I keep my notes. Today is May 16th, 2022, the year of our Lord, and what are we doing here? Two-factor authorization? What does that even mean? Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Yes, trust this browser. Okay, I think I've hacked into the matrix. So, yeah, we're live in Oklahoma. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for listening. As always, if you didn't get to listen live, you can listen anytime on iTunes or Spotify or, whatever other thing you use for this kind of garbage. And if you want to be a great listener, all you have to do is go to patreon.com and sign up the show. It's $5 a month. You don't even have to sign up. You could subscribe on Patreon for free and get the free stuff there, as well as if you wanted to sign up, if you considered it's $5 a month and you get bonus shows. So, think about it. And maybe you got maybe there's a lot of people out there that's got an extra $5 every month rolling around. They just, they're burning it. Sometimes people will have extra money every month and they start burning it. And if that's you, consider, instead of burning it, consider sliding it over this way. And we're going to build this thing one brick at a time with your help. So if you don't know me, I'm Conrad. I've been doing podcasting since 2010. Back then, you could say almost anything. Back then, there was no rules on the internet. People were still trying to figure it out. So, although nobody listened to what I was saying back then, I was there saying it, and I was saying all of it too, whether it be a racial slur or a damn inappropriate thought, I've said it, so it's all out there. Some of it's harder to find from back then, I kind of have control of that, but it's on that Patreon, dog, and I've been kind of reluctant or dragging my feet, or maybe the fact that I got to work so damn hard doing other stuff that I haven't had time to put all that stuff on the Patreon. But with your support, I will then take off the other jobs and I will populate that Patreon with all those previous shows back in 2010. So, dude, I feel kind of stupid because I don't know. I guess I'd never really thought about it as far as how to make a brick. You know what I mean? I was just saying that, we're going to build this one brick at a time. I'd never really thought about how you actually construct a brick. I don't think that anybody ever has. You know what I mean? Like, aside from the one dude that was like, hey, we should figure out a different kind of product other than wood to build a home with. You know what I mean? That guy thought of it. He's about it. And so today, it's Monday, and we didn't sell any tacos today, and I was kind of sitting at home. I was like, I don't want to, let's go do something. So the wife and the kids and I took a little adventure, and we went to Sportsman Lake here in Oklahoma. It is about 30 minutes from where I live, and it is a lake that you can put a boat on, but you're not allowed to put Sea-Doos on. You know what I mean? You're not allowed. Everybody's doing it Sea-Doo, but not at Sportsman Lake. And nobody's doing it there. So I went and looked at that lake. There was a cool bridge there in Cove 3 that I stopped at, and my son and I walked over to that bridge, and we walked on like a little walking bridge, and we looked at the water, and then we walked back, and I told my wife, let's get out of here. Because I wasn't there. I'm more exploring. I just wanted to kind of see what it was. I hadn't seen it. I get like that where sometimes people talk about where they're at or lakes or, stuff. And I nod like people do. Oh, yeah, that sounds nice. So, but I've never seen it. I wanted to go see it. It's pretty close. So I wanted to go see it. Then there's another lake, Wowoka Lake, is nearby. So we drove over there and drove around that lake and looked at it and looked at the geography of it and stuff like that. And I just like to get a feel for it. You know what I mean? I'm not necessarily a lake guy, but I can kind of feel myself transforming into that. But on the way from Sportsman Lake to Wewoka Lake, it took us through a factory of a little bricklaying outfit, a little brick building. They actually build bricks. This is where you construct a brick. And as we were driving by, I was thinking to myself, like, I guess up until this point, I had just assumed, you know, that they just existed. You know what I mean? Like, you dug a hole, and then every once in a while, when you're digging a hole, there is that little 6 inch by 3 inch by 2 inch brick that's in it, and you just pick it up and save them, and then you sell them. You know, it never really, in this whole time I've been alive, it never really hit me that their reason that bricks exist is because somebody is crushing up a bunch of rocks and sticking them together to make that little, that little nasty Lego to build a house. So I seen it. I seen that this company does that, and I thought, oh, there you go. That guy did it. So it was good though to go to the lake. We didn't swim, we didn't dip our toes in the water, we didn't do anything but look at them. But I got this idea that's floating around in my head about something that I want to do in the future, and it's kind of 4 or 5 ideas that are like almost like meteors or something that are coming in, and they just keep smashing into each other. So I keep adding to my idea, and it keeps smashing. But it's a few years. The taco truck's even part of it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's rolling, and we're doing tacoing. OK Taco Company in Oklahoma is out and about, and we're going to all these different towns and these underserved communities and serving our food, our Tex-Mex food to these people. But that was part of it, and that's part to build, a brand of our style of cooking, our flavors, our care in the product, to get people to trust that if they eat whatever we make, it's good, that kind of thing. And so that idea is in there, but there's these meteors of ideas that keep floating in, and they're lake related, I should say, So I got an idea, and I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to tell you what it is until it's done, much like the taco truck. And maybe that's stupid. People, I could have put a bunch of videos up of the problems and the struggles and the issues we had, starting with a 1977 RV, an Airstream RV, and turning it into a mobile kitchen in a state that I didn't live in an industry I'd never been in. So I'm sure that would have been compelling tutorials for people that are wanting to do a similar thing. Yet I didn't do that. I just, I was focused on building it, and Shannon and I put that thing together and learned on the fly throughout it, and still are learning on the fly. And I'll do the same with this next project that's in my brain. I'll tackle all the obstacles that come at me once I find the right location, and then you guys will know what it is, because everybody will know. It'll be everywhere. So it didn't need to have a video of how it got built. It just is. So that's what I'm thinking about. I just had a long conversation with my wife about it. It's funny when I fired her today, not in a bad way, but kind of. She's been helping out with the taco truck as far as scheduling or getting a hold of towns, because we're trying to go to all these towns, and you got to clear it with the city hall of all these different towns. And she's helped out with that. And then we had a night, a couple months ago where I was talking to her about the show and the podcast and what I'm wanting out of it and my vision with um, how I see it growing, and I have ideas on how to do that, but they just take execution. You know what I mean? Whether it be cutting clips from the show and posting them on the various social medias, or all kinds of different things, reaching out to other shows to see if we can get a guest spot on them, all these things. And I'm not going to say she dropped the ball on any of them, but sometimes I forget that even though I've been in this world since 2010 and she's been supportive and enjoyed it, for the most part, um, the evolution of myself and the evolution of the different shows that we do. She's listened and likes to listen. And so she's a fan of it, in addition to them being like, how can I help grow your dream of doing this thing? And um, the reason I didn't want, or the reason I made the choice today to be like, cut it out, is once you start assigning things to do and attaching responsibility to certain things, you start it inherently, I think that's the right word, brings a sense of responsibility, or there could be repercussions now. You know what I mean? It transforms itself from, I just shared your show, to, hey, babe, did you make a cut today? Or did you do, I don't want to have this feeling of the reason things aren't performing the way that I feel like they should perform is because of somebody else. You know what I mean? And then especially if it's my wife or Shannon or any, you know what I mean? If I want the thing to be what I want it to be, I need to do it. And if I was to have somebody, do it for me, I need to have the ability to go to that person and say, you're not doing it right. And that's tough to do if it's your wife. You know what I mean? That's tough to do if it's your cousin. That's tough to do if it's any of that stuff. So I fired her. I said, I love you. I'm not mad at you. I love what you're doing, but I want to be able to come in if I get to a position of somebody's going to do that kind of stuff for me. I want to be able to have the ability to adjust it. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't what I want, or you need to be doing more. I think you can do more. You know what I mean? And so, anyways, I also don't want the part when it fails, inevitably when it fails, this project, this idea, this dream of mine to do a show, and I haven't given up on it in the past 12 years. So I can't imagine giving up on it, moving forward. I put too much damn time in it and I care too much about it. But, if it never worked out the way that not even the way that I wanted, because I know nothing ever works out the way that you want it to work out. It works out it starts there, and then you push and shit happens at the end of it. And if that shit isn't happening at the end of it in a good way, whether or not it's the way we wanted, I didn't want to have that feeling, or have her have that feeling of, could she have done more? Could she have done it better? Or it's her fault. It shouldn't matter. So I just told her today, I was like, I want you to have your own dream about whatever it is. And, because we love each other so much, it is a sweet thing that there's a part of it that her dream is that I get to where I want to get with this thing. You know what I mean? That is part of her dream. She didn't say that, but I know that it is, because she cares a lot about it too. So, but at the same time, I don't want the part of, the reason that she's so stressed out is because she's doing something for my dream. The reason that, she wants to go to sleep is because she's tired because she did something for my dream. You know what I mean? I should be the one that feels that way because it's my thing. I want her to, if you're going to be stressed out and frazzled or, confused or tired of talking to somebody, that's, you should be doing it for yourself then. You know what I mean? So, I haven't told Shannon yet, but I told her, I was like, I don't even want you really calling the towns, fuck that. That's our thing. You don't have to do that for us. And I don't like it that you get, you spend all day on the phone talking to a city hall where that conversation with me would have taken about 2 minutes when I said, hey, this is what we're doing. We're trying to come serve all these communities that don't have any food options. And we just want to come see everybody in every town and spread our taco joy to everybody. When I get matched with somebody on the other end of the line from some city hall, I would just say, all right, then I won't come to your fucking town. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit. And my wife, though, she thinks, well, I'll try to massage this person or deal with them or talk to the higher up or whatever. But I cut it off instantly. If you guys don't want somebody to come work for you and serve your community, something that they have never had, and you want to charge me or you want to charge me a ridiculous fee and say I can't park anywhere in the city, I ain't going to do it for you. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people out there that aren't willing to work, that can work, and you got somebody calling your town saying, I'm willing to do this for you and your community for free. I'm driving there. I'm spending the $5 a gallon. I'm driving there. I'm busting my ass. I'm sweating. I'm getting all the stuff ready and fresh and good, and I'm serving your community just because I said I would. And you still got a problem with it and want to fleece me? No, that ain't happening. So she's been dealing with that side of it, and it's like, Shannon should be doing that. He was doing it before she did, and he can do it. As frustrating as it is, because it is. Or I'll do it if he doesn't want to. You know what I mean? But it's not about wanting, it's that it has to happen. So anyways, I don't think it was a bad, it's always not fun, but it's just not, I don't like to be like, hey, what do you got going on today? It's like, oh, I was going to do this for you. And it's like, because there's part of it's like, I don't want you to have that if you're, anyways. So there's been some good, productive conversations that have happened today, but that's what's going on. This is my vision. This is my dream. This is my thing. And to burden anybody else with it and the responsibility of making it be successful is unfair if you're not paying them. You know what I mean? And I really wouldn't give a shit if my wife never worked for the rest of her life and always got to reap the benefits of anything, whether it be, I don't care. I hope she does. You know what I mean? So I don't have that chip where I want her to not have to do it. I get mad when I feel like I've stressed her out at myself. I don't tell her that, but I get mad at myself that she's stressed out about something a project she's doing for us, me and Shannon, or the show, or whatever it is. So anyways, I guess we'll take a break from that. So, I did have a good day though. Going to the lake is interesting, on a Monday, and it's early. It's not quite lake season, but that don't stop, some people from Oklahoma to go to the lake. And so when we went down to Sportsman Lake, I noticed that there was a swimming area, It was clearly labeled. This is where you swim. The rest of the lake, unswimmable. It even had a danger sign. Like, there's nobody here. There is a. I do get this. You know, tuck my hair into my hat and walk on inside kind of thing. I do get that kind of vibe sometimes when I go to these places. It's like this is owned by the city. It's like, fuck off. I mean, it's a lake, dude. It was here before the city was here, and it will be here when you guys all fuck everything up so bad that you go out of business. As a city. So screw your rules. But and I don't mind paying or whatever it is. It's not that. It's just, hey, don't do this. Don't do this. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. I'll do what I want. It's a lake. But there is a designated swimming area, and I get it if it's an active lake and there's hundreds of boats and sea-doos and whatever. But when it's like there's nobody here, swim where you want. Use your brain on both. Don't let the government be your brain. You know what I mean? Like, if there's a lot of activity going on in this lake and there's a chance that you could be hit by a goddamn boogie boarder or something, don't swim there. But if there's nothing going on, swim wherever you want. I mean, that should be common sense, but yet there's a warning label on a damn lake. So by the swimming area, though, I did notice that there was some real rambunctious types over there, family of rambunctious people that were over there. And they caught my attention because we were walking across that bridge over the water and said, "Oh, there's a swimming area, bud. That's where we could swim." I was talking to my son, and there is a kind of woman that is like you've seen them on Instagram or on TikTok, right? They're not from the middle. I talked about that on the show yesterday. The middle. I'm from the middle. I'm not talking necessarily geography or location of the United States where I am in the middle, but I'm just saying if you're in the middle, things are weird to you. But when you do it in May in Oklahoma, there was a woman wearing a thong. I think it's called a thong bikini. A thong style bikini bottom is what this woman was wearing. To have the courage to do that, the confidence and the courage to do that in sand, and not like Pacific Ocean sand. We're talking about Lincoln County, Oklahoma sand, Seminole County, Oklahoma sand. You're going to put your butt in some damn Seminole County sand in a thong and then rinse it off in this lake. Whew. That is, that is some crazy, that's some Rocky Balboa type of courage. to watch this woman. She she was frolicking within the swimming area. We were on the bridge, and she had a couple children with her. Every Oklahoma woman has at least two or three. And she exited like Bo Derek, and I thought, wow, that's a bold choice for this time of year to wear a thong here. But she did. Um, the other people that she was with that weren't her children didn't seem to notice, didn't seem to mind, thought it was completely normal. And you can't do that. She did. And that's cool, for it's good to see to do that.